guys, I'm back again. My voice is still iffy, but I'm wearing a different shirt now. Check it out, it's Inigo Montoya. He killed his father, prepare to die. I love that dude. Anyway, if you don't know why my voice sounds like this, let's just say I had a cold, it was mean, it stole my voice, and now I'm over it, but it hasn't quite given me my voice back. However, I need to film today, so this is what you get. Don't worry, I have tea. Not in an interesting cup, and I'm drinking it with a fucking straw because I don't want to ruin my lipstick. This is my life. Things I do for you. Okay, so I was actually tagged for once in a tag. Oh my gosh, you guys. That never happens, it really doesn't. I think I was actually tagged by 2 people for this tag, but the one that I remember at the moment is Beth from Soul Stained Ink. She is an awesome author as well. Links in the doobly-doo to her channel. Go check her out. She talks about books and about writing and all kinds of good stuff. Go check that out. I don't remember the other person who might have tagged me, but I will try. Future me, please figure that out and put that, a link to their channel, in the doobly-doo as well. I apologize, I'm a very forgetful and very lazy person. The tag today is the Authortube Newbie tag because I guess all of us authors here on YouTube that have totally been here for a while finally decided to give a name to the thing that we're doing and make it official. My only wish is that Authortube was easier to say because it sounds kind of clunky. You know, BookTube just rolls off the tongue, but Authortube? Anyway, we authors are just gonna keep doing what we've been doing, but now it's got like an official name, so watch out. You could like hashtag it and stuff, it'll be crazy. So the Authortube Newbie tag. Most of you know that I've already been authoring here on YouTube for a while. The first question is, how did you find out about Authortube? Mostly because I watch other authors here on YouTube that have been doing their thing, and like I said, now we have an official name for it, so that's how I found out. I was already watching it before. I was watching Authortube before it was cool. Hipster glasses, yes. I need a scarf. Yes. It's very hipster. Question number 2 is, what genre do you write in? Mostly fantasy. Some like urban fantasy, I guess you'd call it. Some... what would you qualify a zombie story as? I actually, like, legit don't know. I should probably look that up and try and figure that out. But yeah, that. But my one true love is fantasy. I always will go back to fantasy because I just love inventing worlds. I love inventing magic systems. I love just the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want with the story that you get from fantasy. The next question is, what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of your story? That's a lot all in one question. Anyway, preferred writing tense, past tense, preferred writing point of view, third person, and preferred writing category, young adult. Whew, that was a lot. Anyway, I don't really have too much to say about that. It's just what I prefer. I also have written in first person. I didn't like it as much. It's just not my jam, and I don't like writing in present tense. I've tried that. It confuses my brain. It's not fun. And I don't like the trend of so many books being, YA books being in present tense. Like, it's fine, it works for some books, but I hate the feeling of pressured as an author, as a YA author, that you have to write in first person present tense now. That's not going to happen. If you want to know more about writing in first person, third person, second person, I've got a video for that. Check that out. Links in the doobly-doo. Future me, do the thing. The next question is, are you a pantser, a plotter, or a plantser? Which is a new one I've never actually heard before. Anyway, a pantser is someone who flies by the seat of their pants when writing and doesn't really plan anything. A planner is naturally somebody who likes to have a lot of structure and plan out their story beforehand. And a plantser is probably some horrifying, monstrous amalgamation of both, which, for all we know, is stomping around and taking over Tokyo right now. So anyway, which one am I? I am mostly a pantser. I pants hardcore. I plan things out in my head beforehand. Like, I know the beginning, I know the ending. I feel it's super important to know how your book is going to end before you actually start writing it. And I know a few very key scenes in the middle, and I bridge them, but I don't write any of it down. I don't make character profiles. I just really know my characters really well, like as though they're real people, and I know a lot about them, but I don't feel the need to write any of it down. So I'm mostly a pantser. To the point where I didn't even know in the book that I'm editing right now how my main characters were going to defeat the villain until they were basically defeating it. And that was cool. I was like, you know what, I don't know how they're gonna do this, but I trust them, they'll figure it out. And lo and behold, they did! Pantsing right here. Question number 5, are you published? I am self-published, yes, and I would love to go get you a copy of my book to look at, except for the cat. This is Jane, just got onto my lap, and he's super snuggly, so I'm not moving. So I'll just put an image of it on the screen for you. There you go. This is my first self-published book. We're also working on a couple of other ones that I might be self-publishing, but I'm not professionally published. Question number 6, what publishing house would you ideally like to publish with? I don't really have a strong preference. Or I think like the rest of the question is like, what agent would you want to have? And I don't have a strong preference. I really don't care. Anyone who will have me, realistically. And I don't have like this dream publishing house that I want to go with. One that works, that fits for my style of book and will market me well. Number 7 is what kind of Authortube videos we can find on your channel. Well, there's a lot of stuff here already, so you can feel free to browse to your heart's content. I have a lot of writing advice videos. I have a ton of writing tags. Please go check those out so that I'm not just doing them for me. I have writing vlogs where I just talk about my writing process and what I'm doing at the moment. There's all kinds of stuff, as well as talking about books in general and just being also a booktuber. So please check out my channel. Everything's pretty much in handy-dandy playlists for your ease of finding. It'll be fun, I promise. I'm mostly friendly. Chain is upside down on my lap right now. He's like hanging off of my lap, upside down. Okay, he got tired of being upside down. You're just gonna go back the other way. It's okay. Question number 8 is, when did you start writing? As early as I was able to understand what writing was. Those of you who are familiar with my channel already know this, but in case there are any people who are new to my channel, hey guys, I like to say I started writing before I could write, because I was always a storyteller and I always had a huge imagination that was always going off telling these stories to myself. I would just walk around telling stories to cats or trees or anything that would listen. I looked like a crazy person because it was just always stories coming out of me. And when I could finally write, it was like the clouds parted and it was like, yes, your stories are free, put them on the paper. So basically I've been writing since I was born. Not well. 6-year-olds don't actually write very good stories, but I've been writing. Question number 9 is, what is the first story you ever wrote? I have no idea, but the first one I remember writing was this really meta story, which I also illustrated, about a pencil who came to life and wrote his own story about himself, and I don't even remember how it ended, but it was super meta. Number 10, who are your author influences? Well, y'all know that I love Brian Jakes and I love Tamara Pierce, but really my author influences can come from any author that I can look up to and any author that like really writes character-driven stories, because I love character-driven stories, and so I'll be like, look what they did with their characters and that was so cool and I love that and I want to figure out how to do something like that myself. And also any author that is super supportive of up-and-coming authors like myself. If I ever get famous, y'all, I got your back. I'm gonna be hella supportive, so come to me, hang around. You never know, I might get famous. Yeah, any author who is really helpful and supportive, and of course if I like their books. Number 11, do you schedule your writing or do you just fit it in wherever you can? For the most part, I schedule my writing. I like to write, as many of you know, before I go to work in the morning. Or if I don't work that day, then I can write even longer, and often I write straight into the afternoon, which is a problem because then I skip lunch and I'm super hungry. But sometimes I'll just feel the urge to write just hit me, and I'll just sit down and start writing. So it can be pretty random, but I also do try to have a schedule. I have a misspelling on my notebook. It's pretty hilarious. The next question is computer, typewriter, handwritten, or a blend. I meant to write blend. I wrote bled. So now the question is basically, do you write on a computer, a typewriter, by hand, or with your own blood? And where do you write in general? That's the other part of this amazing question. I write almost exclusively on a computer. I don't write by hand in a notebook, mostly because my hand cannot keep up with my brain, and only recently, like in the last, I guess it's not that recently, in the last like 7 years, have I been able to keep up with my brain while typing. So I can't do it by hand at all. Plus I have a tendency to squeeze the pencil too hard or to press too hard while I write, and that really cramps up my hand and I'm kind of a wuss. And where do I write in general? Y'all already know this. I write in my living room with my big old window there so I could look out and see my horses and see the beautiful nature because I live out in the country. It's great. Ouch, Jane. Jane is starting to get frustrated because I'm not paying attention to him and his claws are happening now. Question number 13, what are you looking forward to from Authortube? Since I was essentially already watching Authortube, where's my hipster scarf? This isn't a hipster scarf, this is a winter scarf, but it's gonna be a hipster scarf for right now. Anyway, since I was already watching Authortube before it was cool, I'm hoping for more of the same. Ha, yes. I don't know why my hipster also sounds like a posh person. But I am so hoping that I can still find lots more authors out there on Authortube. If you are an author here on the official Authortube, the tube of authors, leave a comment below and let me know, and I will definitely come check out your channel. Like, legit, I'll come check it out. It'll be amazing. I might even leave you a comment. Because, you know, we authors live for comments. It's true. It's true fact. True fact. And this has been a bunch of true facts with the Authortube newbie tag and Jane, the clawful cat. We will see you again next time when I'll still have this voice. Jane might still be here, but I probably won't have the hipster scarf. Whatever we are doing next time. Bye. 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 He won't wave his paw. He's very, very angry at me about that. Bye.